Alright guys, well we're on the trail. Starting off, there's George checking out the map they got for us here. I don't know how well this is going to turn out, but if you can see the mosquitoes, I mean they are just in a flippin' cloud.
Yeah, I hear them now that we stopped.
Yeah, this is going to be intense. We're going to need a fire and a smudge or something as soon as we get stopped. Got 100% DEET on. I've got a Prometheum soaked pants.
Oh, yeah.
Look at them.
There you go. Now you can see them pretty good. You can get the shadow of them too.
It's just insane. Alright guys, we're going to continue on. Hey guys, well we're walking along here and George pointed this out to me. I've never seen this before. This is moose crap.
It's dried out.
That's dried out. That's pretty cool right there.
It's
right next to his robin egg he found.
How cool is that?
There's a big bunch of it over there. And once again,
I wonder if we couldn't make an ember out of that.
I was wondering that too. How dry is it?
It's really light, really dry. There ain't nothing there. It's all grass.
No, I know it's
all, you know what I mean?
Oh, we'll take it. Or I'll take one if you don't want one.
Yeah,
we'll try it.
I think we'll each take one.
Yep.
Try and find a really dry one here that's... There we go. That one's up on the leaf.
Look at that. That's cool.
Get the magnifying glass out.
Yeah. Yep.
Cool.
Alright guys, well I thought I'd show you my setup here. Just got my hammock set up. That corner there of the tarp is less than ideal. I could cut that brush down, but you know, I want to try to, if I can avoid it, I want to avoid cutting stuff down. If it irritates me too much, I might just whip out the backhoe and get rid of that brush, but I don't know, seems to be okay for now. So I'm right next to the creek. This particular campsite didn't have a lot of choices for hammock camping, so George is kind of on the other end of the campground and I'm here. There's really only 2 spots, so hopefully the river will drown out the sound of him snoring. So let's take a look here. I've got just a little dry spot with my oilcloth scrap piece, and then there's my hammock in there. I've just, 0-degree sleeping bag with a wool quilt, wool blanket under quilt. It's not supposed to get that cold tonight, but anyway, hopefully this will keep me dry and warm. Let's go take a look at George's spot. Alright George, what you got going on here?
Ta-da! Home sweet home.
That's a big tarp.
It's a big tarp. This is the Warbonnet Superfly. And it's awesome. It's got these extra tie-outs they put on it, which I think I'll do. I haven't set it up yet. And it's also got the doors. I've got the doors tucked up underneath here. So it's a good 4-season. If I flip this down, it's a good 4-season
Okay.
tarp. You can pull your doors down.
Oh, sure.
You're completely enclosed.
Yep.
That I used it this winter several times. But for nice weather like this, I just clip it up.
Sure.
Put it out of the way. And then it's an X-bed. It's got I need to find a sapling. You got these pockets here, these black strips.
Yep.
They're actually pockets. You shove a sapling in there, it bows it up.
Oh, wow.
Keeps the netting way off your face. You can do all 3 if you want. I generally just do my head in.
Okay.
And I call it good.
I like the 2 ridgeline thing. I might start getting into hanging. Mine has that internal ridgeline. I might start getting into hanging the tarp a little higher. It makes it less confining.
So the regular hammock comes with like a piece of webbing that's a shock cord.
Okay.
And it's to me it was too flimsy. So I just took a piece of rope and then put shock cord on it.
Right.
So I can adjust my mosquito netting.
Right.
And then this is the suspension system that comes with it.
Okay.
It's just got the buttonholes
Sure.
in the rope. So it goes up fast.
Cool.
Yeah, that's just paracord and my tricky toggles, my broken carbon fiber arrows.
Cool.
That's work good.
Well, dinner's on here. Trying out these freezer shelves for backpacker barbecues for the first time. We'll see how they work. Everything that goes in this fire, I'm just super happy about it because it just means less weight for me to pack back out. This old guy was breathing hard when we got here. Well guys, it's pretty rough, but I'm just going to have to make do. I don't know. We're roughing it. Okay guys, you can see George over there. He's going to hang up what's left of our food, just so no bears, no raccoons and stuff get in it. A little closer to camp than what we'd probably like, but if it's up out of the way like that, ain't nothing going to bother it. And it hopefully won't attract too much stuff. So, alright guys, hope you're having a great day.
Buddy.
And there he goes. That could have been dinner.
Well,
Oh, out of focus.
On film,
yep, I think I got him for a second.
See his eyes glowing or something. Yeah, his feet were still white. That was cool.
Yeah.
Had his socks on.
He came back. Just sitting there hanging out. Oh, focus. And there he goes. I think he wants some company.
I think he does. Here, buddy. I think he specifically wants some plants and we're in his way.
I think so too. I think this is his good dinner spot.
Yeah, I really want to eat this.
Holy smokes, I thought he was going to get in your lap.
I know. I was waiting for him to come running up my coat. What are you doing, buddy? I already put my camera away. I can't even do it.
Huh. Oh, he's coming back. And there he goes.
Stop again.
What are you doing, man?
What's up, buddy? You want some potato?
What a trip.
That is
Coming
just
right
great.
towards the fire and
He's
everything.
just coming right up to us.
Hey guys, well, it's morning time. It's, I don't know, 10 to 8. It's just started raining in the last few hours, so it's picking up pretty good right now. But I just gotta kind of psych myself up to go outside and mosquitoes and get dressed and get going. I think I might have some oatmeal or something for breakfast this morning if I can get a fire going. If not, George brought his alcohol stove, so we'll try that. I slept, like I said last night or whatever yesterday, I slept right next to the river. So I'm going to show you, this is my view. So that's my view waking up this morning. Pretty cool. I loved the sound of it last night. It was really neat. So I'm going to sit here and listen to the rain for a few minutes and then give myself 10 minutes when I'm getting up. Something else I did too, just so, I don't know if you can see that. I've got my bush pot there. I don't know if you can see the water's kind of trickling in it. And I don't have to worry about purifying it or anything. Fill up my canteen and have a drink and maybe enough for oatmeal too. Alright guys, well this was our campsite and we're out of here. There goes George. It was a nice trip, pretty relaxing. It stopped raining a little bit, sprinkling a little bit now, but it was really raining pretty good, and during our pack up it stopped raining, so that was nice. Alright, off we go. Pretty cool little bridge we're coming to. It's actually pretty well constructed. Sure is pretty out. Okay guys, well we're taking a little break here. It's amazing if you walk the same trail twice. We decided not to take that snowmobile trail. We were afraid that there wasn't a bridge over the river, and plus with the wet grass, wet tall grass, we just decided to head back the same way. But it's amazing what you don't see because you're not always looking behind you. And as we're walking down the trail, I think there's enough for me and George to share. Look at that. That's a nice score. Alright guys, well I'm home. I got all my gear kind of spread out, drying. It was a good trip. Wasn't too far from my house. George has a little bit longer to drive. Anyway, yeah, it was pretty good. Let's go take a look at the chaga that we were able to get, or that I was able to get. George has his own stuff, so. Okay guys, that's all the chaga I was able to get right there. There was actually another piece that I kind of bypassed because this silly stuff was heavy. I mean, it is just waterlogged. Oh man, that probably weighs 3 pounds easy. And I mean, you can see I got another couple pieces that are, you know, about that size or whatever, and all those other pieces. I probably packed back home 7 pounds of chaga, and George has a couple big pieces too. So anyway, that added a little bit to my pack. So anyway, that's what I brought home. Hey guys, well, I'm just resting, I'm gonna stretch some sore muscles. This is the first outing for me, the first backpacking trip of the year. I've done some real short things, you know, camping or whatever on my property, but nothing like a backpacking trip. So I need to change some things with my gear, and every time you go out, you learn things, you remember things that you've forgotten from last year or whatever. And I like the gear that I took, but there is some gear that I took that I didn't really need to take. You know, I took my flint and steel kit. I didn't need to take that, you know. My whole fire kit, basically, I didn't need to take because I've got a ferro rod and I've got a lighter. And this wasn't a bushcrafting expedition. We didn't have enough time to practice and do stuff like this. This was just a hike out there, camp, and hike back. My pack should have been around 30 pounds is what I would have liked it to been. George's pack was a lot lighter than mine, and he's got some gear that he's invested in that has been able to make his pack a lot lighter. His sleeping bag, for one thing, was his sleeping bag system. I put mine in a dry bag. The dry bag weighed a little bit, the sleeping bag weighed a little bit more than his. His sleeping bag compresses down to basically a ball like this. He had to pay for that gear, but it helps him, you know, do longer hikes and keep his weight down. I'm starting to get older, you know, I'm 43 or whatever now, so the aches and pains kind of just add up, you know. I'm not a mule. I was never really very big, but I'm not a mule like I used to be, and even this 40-some pounds or whatever, it was, you know, it wasn't like I was going to keel over and die, but it wasn't comfortable. It wasn't real comfortable to do. And especially on the way out when I was carrying like 10 pounds of chaga or whatever, it added to my pack load. But I need to work on my sleeping bag, either invest in the gear or figure something out, because, you know, I'm not sure I have $300 to spend on a sleeping bag. So I'm going to have to kind of figure it out and tweak it out. That Hudson Bay wool blanket that I took for my underquilt, George was able to use his Mylar wind, you know, sunscreen thing for his car, but he also had a pretty nice sleeping bag. So maybe I can experiment with that. His weighed hardly anything. His underquilt weighed hardly anything, whereas my underquilt weighed, you know, probably 5 pounds or so. I might be able to kind of compromise a little bit and take a little thinner blanket, maybe an army blanket, or I've got a different blanket that's quite a bit thinner. It didn't get very cold. It was only in the upper 40s, so I mean, I was warm in my sleeping bag. I like my sleeping bag. I don't know. I just got to kind of check things out. I don't think I needed my bush pot. I like to have a hot drink and then prepare my food a different, you know, separately. But with George actually showed me a trick with the oatmeal packets that we packed. You can pour the water right in the oatmeal pack. I'd never seen that before. So I didn't need to bring my bush pot, because I was going to bring my bush pot and just kind of play with it a little bit and stuff and cook my oatmeal in it. I didn't need to bring that big old, you know, heavy thing. It doesn't weigh a ton, but by the time you add up all these things, everything that you grab out of your pack and you say, oh, this doesn't weigh anything, or this doesn't weigh anything, pretty soon all those anythings add up to a lot of weight. Anyway, I need to go through my stuff, and like my tripod. You know, this is just a hobby with the videoing and the YouTube and stuff like that. But I didn't need to bring my tripod. I didn't use it at all. There's some things that I need to cut down on. I like this ILBE because it's big, and I have some of my stuff is bulky. Like my sleeping bag is bulky. I had to strap it to the outside. It wouldn't even fit inside. So, you know, and my backpacking pack is a little bit lighter. But whatever, I'm gonna have to start tweaking some stuff and see what I can do to get the weight down. And it's all a learning experience. But I had a great time, and hope you guys enjoyed the video.